All right, so we're going to do negative exponents exactly like we did positive ones, except there's going to be one difference. So we'll start with number 1. So 5 to the second times 5 to the third. Multiplying, we add our exponents, 5 to the fifth. Final answer. On the next one, 6 to the negative fourth, and then 6 to the negative third. Negative 4 plus negative 3 is 6 to the negative 7th. And negative exponents always move. So if they're on the top, like this one would be, we move them to the bottom and make the exponent positive and put a 1 on top if there's nothing. So before we subtract, we're going to make all of our exponents positive. So we're going to have negative 4 to the 7th on top. Because negative exponents on the bottom move to the top. Negative exponents on the bottom, or on the top, move to the bottom. Seven minus 2 is 5. Let's get one more of those. We don't have any negative exponents here, so it's just subtract. So we're stuck with 8. 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, let's go down here. We're going to do charts again, just like we did last time. So I have two things. I have numbers. There's nothing on the 7, nothing on the 2. So we can do 7 over 2. Then a to the third. A to the third. 3 minus 3 is 0, so in my answer I have 0 a's. But I have 7 over 2. And 7 over 2 cannot be simplified. And we can do improper fractions, so I'm just going to leave it as 7 over 2. Next one, we're going to do a chart again. Some numbers. 4 over 8. A to the 0. I'm just going to pretend like it's not even there. And then just write my a to the third on the bottom. So if I look at my numbers first, 4 over 8. Well, if I just had 4 over 8 without anything else, I would know that that equals 1/2. And I have a to the third power on the bottom. So wherever my variable is with the exponents is where I'm going to write it in my answer. Again, I can fill in exponents for ones that aren't there yet. I can fill out my chart. So 2 to the second power, 1 times 2 is 2. And then x and negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. It's on the bottom, so I'm going to write on the, or it's on the top, so I'm going to write on the bottom and make it positive 4. That's this one and this one. Then on the bottom, I have 2 to the first power and x squared. My answer, 2 to the second, 2 to the first, 2 minus 1 is 1, so I just have 1, 2 in my answer. And I have more on top, so my 2 goes on top. Then I have x to the sixth on the bottom, since those are all on the bottom. Number 10, my whole problem is to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power isn't there, so really I have nothing in my chart, and if there's nothing, it's kind Kind of weird, but my answer is always 1. So, like, if there's nothing on top, my answer is 1. On this, I have nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom. So there's nothing. So we do 1 times 0. So there's 0 ones. -3 times 0, so there's 0 a's. 1 times 0, there's 0 a's on the bottom. So I have nothing. Anytime I have nothing, my answer is 1. Do a couple more. You put exponents on the ones that don't have any. So the 6 to the first power. K to the -1. Negative is on top, move to the bottom. K1. 2. 1. Stays. K, -4. Negatives on top, move to the bottom. 6. K squared is positive exponent, so it stays where it's at. 7, and then K to the -3 on the bottom moves to the top. K to the third. All right, so really I can do K to the first power over K to the first power right here. 1 minus 1 is 0, so I have 6 to the first power over 6 to the first power. Those cancel, so I have 2 over 7. And I can't do anything with 2 over 7, it doesn't simplify at all, so I'm going to leave it. And then I have 3 k's on top, and I have K to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the bottom, so I have K, 7 on the bottom. And then I subtract, so 7 minus 3 is 4. I'm going to say I have more on the bottom, so my K to the 4th is on the bottom, so they go wherever I have more. All right, I'm going to fill out my chart. Six stays. X to the 4th, positive exponent stays. 7 stays. X to the -4th, negative exponent moves. X to the 3rd on the bottom, positive exponent stays. All right, so on the top right now I have 6 times 7, which is 42 over 2. And then X's, I have 4 on the top, 7 on the bottom. 7 minus 4 is 3, so X to the 3rd, since I have more on the bottom, I go on the bottom. And I want to look at this 42 over 2. 42 over 2 simplifies to just 21. 42 divided by 2 is 21, so I have 21 over X to the 3rd power. And 42 is bigger than 2, so my 21 goes on the top. I'm just going to do one more today. I'm going to start with a chart. I have numbers and I have H's. 3 to the first power is 3. H -1, negative exponents move. 4 stays. H -2 is H2 moves. Now 4 on the bottom, positive exponent stays. H to the 4, positive exponent stays. H to the 3, positive exponent stays. Okay. So 4s, let's look at that. 4 to the first power over 4 to the first power. 1 minus 1 is 0. So if 0, 4 is my answer, I just have this 3. Then I have H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 H's, and they're all on the bottom. H, 10 on the bottom.